be about to receive the weirdest present that we have got over the festive period. And of course, it's from the Sims team. Who else would it be from? Let's be real. We're finally finishing off the cozy celebrations timed rewards event type situation. And this one I'm actually really intrigued by because it's the last quest. Obviously, I've done videos going over all of these other ones. So quest 6, we have the holiday spirit. Celebrating can get really draining. I can tell you this event specifically has been anything but draining. In fact, the only reason it could be considered draining is because it was so samey. Like, you just really had to repeat tasks, and it really wasn't all that interesting in my opinion, but it definitely wasn't difficult. It wasn't hard to do, which I appreciate that they probably made it over the festive season and they didn't want people like feeling as if they had to do loads to actually get these rewards. But then a lot of you were saying even the rewards feel slightly lackluster and that not much time or effort has put into them, especially with the wreaths. I know that you lot have beef with the wreaths. Watching TV is not the only thing that we have to do, but I love how they're wrapping this up by just watching TV, which, I mean, you know what, accurate. That is to what I have been doing this cozy season. And the last two rewards that we can get is this trait, which is honestly what I am most confused about when it comes to this whole collection of rewards, because I'm fairly sure this is going to be useless unless you have the Sims 4 seasons, but we're going to put that to the test today. And then also this little scarf. Ooh, the festive season seems really busy. Let's try the tradition of relaxing with some sweet drinks and some festive TV. I hear they play traditional movies at this time of year. Absolutely false. They do not. I literally complained about that in the last part of this video, talking about how there isn't really any festive TV. There's no festive films that you can watch. Even if it's like on Winterfest, there's not really festive films that you can watch, but rewards will be given upon completion. We have to watch channels on the festive frame TV, which is obviously the TV that we have. She is currently playing video games, but I actually am going to go on watch movie. There's absolutely nothing here that suggests that it is festive whatsoever. Obviously, I have movie stuff and they're just all the typical ones that you can do. We need to prepare hot cocoa, so let's just restock that with some hot cocoa, and then we can watch the fireplace channel, which I guess is kind of festive, so I guess we'll do that. We need to document our research, so after we stopped watching this little fireplace, maybe hopefully this could count towards it. There we go. I think she just maybe had to do it for an hour. Have Sims play multiplayer games. Obviously, again, this is one of the rewards that we already had, so we're gonna play that with Gideon. This was literally me and my girlfriend's family playing Mario Party Jamboree. We have become obsessed with it. We become obsessed with Mario Party like literally every year, but Jamboree is so much fun. Not that I'm trying to plug Mario Party Jamboree to you. This is not a spawn, not an ad. I just had a really fun time, even though people kept stealing stars off me. Gemma, get off my computer. I've not even seen Mufasa yet, but I was watching TikTok before I started recording, and now I just have brother stuck in my head. There's so many films that I need to go watch. I need to go watch the Robbie Williams one. I need to take my mum to see Wicked. I've personally already seen it, but I need to take her. And then I also need to go watch Mufasa. Oh, and the one with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh comes out on New Year's Day, so also gotta watch that. Share the discoveries with Jasmine. Wait, oh, we just have to use the computer to do that? I was genuinely so excited. I thought Jasmine Holiday was gonna have her epic refresh in The Sims 4, but we are going to claim that cheeky little trait. You did it! Great work! Over these past weeks, you've shared amazing moments with us. Have I created memories? I don't think I have. I genuinely think this was the most forgettable event that we have done this year. Embrace the holiday spirit from different perspectives. Thank you for documenting experiences. I hope you enjoyed our research and I can't wait to collaborate with you again. Research has detailed lots of traditions from different cultures. Now it's time to enjoy existing traditions and make new ones. Well, Sims team, I mean, I had a whole video talking about how, you know, you could fix holidays in The Sims 4. So if you want to make some new traditions, Feel free, besties. I'm just saying, let's have some new ones actually for 2025. But of course, we did obviously also unlock the little scarf. So there we go. It is complete. Was it worth it? No. I think the two that I am most impressed with is definitely the TV, but I mean, it's just like an updated TV. But to be fair, I feel like they haven't given us like modern TVs for a really long time in The Sims 4. So I think that any TV is like superb at this point in time. We did also get video games in the base game, which is like a nice little addition. But let's actually check out these traits and that scarf. Let's hop into Create Sim. I can't see it for children, which makes me think that they can't have it. It's under social. It's actually called Grouch. I thought moving myself over here would allow you to see it, but alas. These Sims raise their mischief skill faster by playing pranks and bothering others with their surprises. Is that what it is? Why did I think this had something to do with the holidays? I swear I read that somewhere. Basically being the Grinch, isn't it? They were like, they've actually trademarked Grinch, so let's just call it Grouch instead. So it actually has nothing to do with holidays whatsoever. So I mean, at least that means that those of you who don't have seasons aren't going to be missing out on that, which is quite nice. But let's also check out the scarf, which accessories maybe? Bracelets, glove, rings. Okay, is it in their head bit of accessories? Necklaces? It's probably going to be in necklaces. I did say when Horse Ranch came out and we actually got these neck accessories, I was thinking that they could definitely add some scarves. It looks very short. Oh, I do kind of like it though. There is already some clipping, and this is, I'm fairly sure, yeah, this is a seasons asset. So there's a little bit of clipping, but I mean, nothing that's like game breaking in my opinion. Seeing a bit of like her collar coming through isn't gonna take it out of the game for me. I wish that there were some like plain swatches without those specs in it. And then we also have a couple of like tartan plaid prints. It's not the best quality I've ever seen. Like this looks a bit naff in my opinion, but it's also like not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like it's quite nice to have it as a neck accessory. I am quite interested to see how it maybe works with like some more coats, not the condom coat, anything but this. There is a fair bit of clipping on like some coats, which I assume is what you're actually gonna be using this on. It does work with my favorite Ancient Arrivals. The shadowing is really bad on it though, especially on this color. Do you see how big that shadow is? Not a huge fan of that. If you're wearing a darker color, you can't really notice it too much, but on the lighter swatches, you can absolutely see it. If you have something that has like a high neck already, then the scarf doesn't work. Necklaces are also like that. Necklaces can be quite restricted in The Sims 4 as to the actual outfit you can have on with a necklace. I mean, this might be good for those of you who are doing a super sim or maybe a short lifespan legacy and you're trying to work on your mischief, but let's actually go be a little mischievous. Whoa, that is actually going up pretty fast. So we're on 95%. We do one interaction. That went up by 15%. Now, I don't know if that's going to go up quite that quickly in the later stages, but it seems to be like 10 plus it actually goes up, which is a ridiculous amount. Let's actually up that a little bit. Let's get to level 7, and then again, we'll work on our mischief. Okay, so when you get to the higher levels, it definitely doesn't go up quite as much. We did one interaction and got to 3%. Not that I've ever really had an issue with my mischief skill and like actually growing that if I wanted to. Like doing pranks and stuff kind of builds it at a solid rate anyway. But this is where I actually got the idea that it was to do with the holidays. The actual description on the reward is some Sims revel in the idea of seeing others miserable during the holidays and are extremely happy when their actions are the source of that misery. Not gonna lie, that really wasn't what I was expecting expecting. This whole event in general isn't the best, in my opinion. I am quite grateful for the fact that at least people who can't play this around the festive period aren't really going to feel like they're missing out on much, just because I don't really think any of this is particularly game-changing. I don't think I'm going to get an awful lot of use out of most of these things. Usually when I decorate for holidays within my game, I don't really go into build and buy mode to do that. I just kind of like go off my Sims actually decorating on the box. Now that I've said it, I want to test it. So let's rummage for winter decorations and see if maybe the wreaths or maybe this little like mat actually comes out from it if you do have seasons and the decorations box. So we got a bunch of holly, more candles and cards. Ooh, nutcrackers. Okay, I'm not seeing the like welcome mat. That's not to say that it's definitely not in here, but I kind of doubt that they've done that cross-pack compatibility, even though I know it's just between like seasons and base game. But even the trait, I'm like, okay, cool, like you work on your mischief a little bit faster, but that's a pretty naff trait in my opinion. Traits just need to be looked at in The Sims 4. I'm actually quite sad at the sad state of affairs that are traits right now. I feel like it's been a really long time since we've had really interesting ones. I honestly, hand on heart, would have just preferred this to be like a grouchy trait or a grumpy trait like we had in The Sims 3. Maybe those Sims are like quick to anger or are in like a sad mood or uncomfortable a lot of the time. It would make the game kind of harder to play because they would be in those more tense states more frequently. I think it also possibly would have opened up like new interactions, and this one just doesn't. It's just like, hey, here are all these mischief interactions that you've done before, but now if you do them, you go up in the skill in a slightly higher rate. But again, that all depends on the emotion system, and I personally don't think the emotion system is that great in The Sims 4, and I will continue to say that for as long as I play The Sims 4. But thank you all so much for tuning in to this little mini series that I've done going through this cozy celebrations. Let me know how you personally felt about this one. If you actually maybe wouldn't have got to play this or maybe didn't have time for it, is there anything you feel particularly that you would have missed from these rewards? I can't really say there is. I think the TV was definitely the biggest one for me. I guess if you also don't have city living and you don't already have video game systems, then that would have felt like you'd be missing it a little bit. But apart from those two, I don't really think any of these were all that great. I did definitely enjoy learning and like rejogging my memory about all of the different cultural foods. However, I wish they had done more when it came to like actual cultures within The Sims 4 and maybe traveling to different worlds and having like different Sims from different worlds have different traditions. It got very, very repeatable very, very quickly when it came to the dialogue. And also, if you haven't had a chance to play this, don't worry, this is available until the 10th of January, and you could definitely get all of these done within probably an hour of gameplay, maybe 2 hours if you're like playing a little more slowly, but you could really just do all of these in like a couple of hours of gameplay, and then you'd unlock all of the rewards. So if you haven't had a chance to do them yet, make sure you try and get them done before the 10th of January. Leave all your thoughts down below. Also, just let me know how you feel about timed events like in general. Out of the ones that we've had this year, which ones have been your favorite? Why they've been your favorite? Was it just the one where you just had to like log in every day? Are you not a fan of them in general? Do you kind of wish we didn't have them? I would love to know what you all think about these, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.